Welcome back to the Unfiltered Podcast. As always, my name is the Keb.
And I, Jay Jones. What's up, fuckers?
And St. Joe is not in the hizzy. But the Beeb is. Hey, everybody.
What's the Beeb doing?
What's
that Beeb do? It's kind of like what that
Beebs.
mouth do, though.
Beebs is joining us again, and we are St. Joe-less, you know.
I got called up from the minors today, so.
Yeah. So we're going to have to direct our Catholic jokes elsewhere.
Do you think your fans, kind of like the Justin Bieber fans, would be called, like, instead of what do they call them? The Beliebers? What do they call the Bieber fans?
I believe it is the Beliebers.
Beliebers? That sounds weird. I don't know if that's it.
Sorry, guys. I don't follow Justin Bieber, so I don't
I've got a word for him, but I'm not allowed to say that on this program anymore.
Oh, well, why don't you look up what it is? I think it's the Believers or the Beliebers. That could be. Like
I'm pretty sure it's the Believers.
Okay.
I don't know.
I don't know anything about Justin Bieber.
You know, so
just that I hate his music. So
he's catchy and clever for a weirdo, and he has some out of this. I've never heard of syndrome or infection going on with his face right now. It's really,
yeah, I read something. I
don't know what it is, but he looks like he
caring.
it looks like he had a stroke.
Oh,
yes.
Does he have the one thing? He's got that. Is it the disease that makes like it's super painful on your face and it makes it look like you've had a stroke? Yeah, exactly.
I think so. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that's what happens when you suck enough dick.
Well,
I wouldn't know.
I wouldn't know.
Apparently you do.
I mean, I've. Okay, so that one time I did it, but it wasn't like I don't remember.
So I've heard.
I don't remember, but I woke up with a very strange taste in my mouth.
But really? Can you tell us what that was like?
I just did. It was a strange taste.
What was
in
it?
my mouth.
What did it taste like?
You want to hear the story about like what it's like to gag on a cock?
No. Oh,
because you already know.
No.
I don't know. I think you should probably ask St. Joe.
Nope.
Mm.
Nope.
He knew what he was getting into when he wasn't going to show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, isn't he at his first meeting in his transition? Is that what he's doing tonight? I think he was having his. I don't know. They have a series of meetings to know, and they have to see a psychologist to make sure that they're mentally and emotionally ready for transition. I think that's his.
Speaking of meetings, Kev, do you watch this new show on Netflix called Obey, Be Sweet? I don't know. Can't remember what it's called.
The Keep Sweet, Obey, and Pray. Absolutely, yeah. I've watched all 4 episodes.
Oh my gosh!
What?
Yeah, if you didn't,
because I haven't heard of it.
All right, so if you didn't think the Mormon Church was fucked up before, and it's not, let me be clear, it's not the entire Mormon Church. It's a sect of them called the Fundamentalist Latter-day Saints, which is a pseudonym for fucking crazy people, dude. And what these people...
So as an aside, anytime you see a religion that says fundamentalist in front of it, it means crazy.
Yeah.
Proceed.
Okay, so you know, I have this old joke that I used to tell that what's the difference between a cult and a church, and it's an IRS tax ID. But these fucking people fucking take the cake. Okay, just to give you a little insight, they ran away to Texas. You know, when you pick a state to run away from, and you're going to break the law in some fashion. Here's a public service announcement: don't fucking go to Texas. Okay, these people will fucking catch you. They will catch you. Anyhow,
especially the things they were doing.
Yeah, what fucking did it for me is they basically in this. The only thing I could call is like a sanctuary in the back behind a curtain. They found like a fucking altar where this Warren Jeffs dude was basically raping teenagers.
Actually, one wasn't even a teenager, but
yeah, it was like 12.
Did you find it ironic that there's Zion?
I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Were you just talking about the Catholic Church?
No.
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 You're talking about
Mormon Church.
Oh, same thing. I got you. Okay.
The Mormons, because they didn't like the First and the Second Testament, so they created their own, which is based on this guy who no one saw.
He had a hat. He had a hat.
Yeah.
And he saw some gold tablets and he shook it.
No. He unearthed these gold tablets, which no one saw. And then he wrote down everything on the tablets and then put the tablets away somewhere that no one's ever seen. And,
you don't know about the hat, Keb?
Oh, fuck the hat.
You don't know about the hat?
What's this
That's
guy's
the
name?
best part of the story.
What's this guy's name?
Joseph
Smith.
Now, my question is this. It's been proven that he's a real person, correct?
Oh, yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. He died in prison.
Yeah, but then again...
he died in a prison brawl.
Then again, L. Ron
Jesus
Hubbard
died by the court system, too. He was persecuted and put up on a cross.
No.
Well,
So he was a criminal as well.
So was David Koresh.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was.
Joseph Smith died. Joseph Smith died in a brawl that he started in prison
over a sex toy.
I can't remember why he was in prison. Yeah, I don't know if it was a toy, but no. But anyway, that was it was quite a watch. The thing that made me laugh the most about it, and it wasn't really a show worth laughing about, but I laughed when I found out where Zion was located.
What does your
Texas.
shirt say?
Hmm?
What does your shirt say, Beebs?
It's just
superhero shirts.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
So Clark and Bruce
Kent.
and Diana, and Peter
Parker.
and me?
Because I donated blood. I'm a superhero.
That doesn't make you a superhero. It makes you a donator.
Yeah.
A donator.
giver.
And
Don't you get the whole...
Diana Prince being a superhero, that's a stretch.
Anyway, where was I at? Man, you ruined it. You ruined my vibe, Jay.
You're wearing a shirt that says CBD.
No, what was the... It's true. What was the town in Texas? Was it El Dorado, Texas? Where was it?
Yeah, it was
Where
El
Mount
Dorado.
Zion is?
That's where their Zion was.
Yeah, that's where there's Zion.
Well, they're fucking stupid.
So out in the middle of the desert is this giant, like, immaculate temple. I mean, giant, immaculate temple.
In El Dorado, Texas.
Right. When I'm watching that, Beebs, I look over at the soon-to-be world-famous wife, and I'm like, did these people not pay attention in Waco? You know, I mean, they in Waco they burned their shit down. You know, did they not pay the fuck attention?
They used a tank.
Yeah. They said
Anyway,
28 days is long enough.
let's just say I watched that and I thought of you, Keb. I thought of you.
I enjoyed every fucking minute of it. Now we're watching this thing on Hulu about how fucked up the Mormon church is with this Andrew Garfield show. The name escapes me. It's something about something in heaven or whatever. But yeah, you know what bothers me about not the Catholic Church? They fuck boys, but the Mormon Church is that they don't call it like God or the Lord. They call it Heavenly Father, and it bugs me.
They don't ever say anything else. Yeah.
Yeah, they say Heavenly Father, and it just bugs me.
Do you know why they say that?
I don't really care, but go ahead and tell our listeners who don't care. Either.
You might have learned from the from that show that they believe that every man, if he's good enough and has enough wives, will be the ruler of his own planet and universe someday. So there's multiple fathers.
Here we go with the fucking spaceship again. Yeah, here we go with the goddamn spaceship again. You know.
Yeah. So anyway, just a little explanation, but they wouldn't want you knowing that's what they thought, but that's what they think.
Jay, what you got this week, man?
Well, it's a little bit different because obviously we're missing St. Joe, and I felt like, why not have a cup of Jay this week? Because who wouldn't want to open their mouth and enjoy the swill of Jay Jones?
Yeah,
you're a liar, Beebs. I don't know if we're on YouTube this week. Are we on YouTube?
Negative.
Negatory Ghost Rider, you're lucky, Beebs.
Oh.
Nobody can see you wearing your freaking... Now he's flipping us off. Last time he's on, he's saying, fuck. Now he's flipping me off. This guy is no longer a part of it. He's gone off the deep end. If people now, I can really tell people where you've been. You've been in rehab, drug rehab.
Oh,
that's where you've been.
Okay.
Yeah, you weirdo.
Better than where you've been. Anyway.
I had my butthole waxed. There's nothing wrong with that.
Mm-hmm,
I don't know why everybody's so uppity about me getting my mankini waxed.
I don't think anybody's uppity about it. I think they really appreciate you going into it in depth on the Two Penny podcast, though.
And by the way, that's at the Two Penny Pod.
Well, you're fucking welcome.
Thanks,
because there's so many of you fuckers that'll never know. Because you're like, I'm never letting anyone down there. But hey.
I will tell you about the Two Penny. It's the only, like, you go through the weekend, if you listen to as many podcasts as we do, because we're in the car a lot, and the Two Penny is the only one that comes out on Friday morning.
Hey, and it is a nice break.
Yeah, it is. It is
a
really
nice
because
break.
Because like on Wednesdays you have like 150.
It's a nice break. It's a nice break from a podcast. It's a shit show. If you want to just turn on a podcast and have zero entertainment value, listen to the Two Penny on Friday morning. If you want something to listen to that'll help you take a shit, God. Thanks, Beebs, you fuck.
Sorry, dude. I'm sorry. I love your podcast. Sort of.
Hey, I don't really care. I tell everybody on there, if you're still listening, what the fuck is wrong with you?
That's true.
And I mean that.
After the last episode, I did ask myself that question.
Well, now you know. Anyway.
Me, the more obscure, the better for me.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure the Keb was like, oh my gosh, I need to write this down.
Dude, I was like calling places and Googling that shit. And I was like, dude, do people actually do this?
Yeah. I'm telling you.
It's a subculture I need to be part of.
I agree. And you get a nice, tasty beverage when you go in there.
Seriously. It's like a pedicure.
So, Jay,
yeah. What's my cup of Jay? What do I want to pour down your throat?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Couple things.
Go.
That was the Beebs Gug 6000 as he's chugging away on it. But anyway, since Taco Bell a couple months ago came back out with the Mexican pizza.
Uh-huh.
I know Beebs is an anti-Taco Beller.
But, yeah, does that mean I have to sit this one out now? You came up with a cup of Joe, or only two of you guys could talk about it?
Yeah, so you're welcome. So turn your mic off and go pet your snake or something.
You should go get your butthole waxed.
Or you should go get in your dirty bath water that I know is still sitting in there.
While you're slurping your soup.
While you're slurping.
That sounds pretty good.
Anyway, what I was going to talk about is not that.
Oh.
Apparently, they're going nuts over this over in Asia. Southeastern Asia.
Taco Bell?
Asia. Yeah, over this Mexican pizza being re-released. Now, over here, it was only I guess you couldn't get it for a couple years, Keb, is that right?
Yeah.
But apparently over there,
in Jacksonville, you can't get it now because I fucking tried to get it the other fucking day because they have the combo with the 2 tacos and the Mexican pizza. And I tried to get this shit the other day and they're fucking out. And I went to 3 different fucking Taco Bells to get it.
Oh. So, excuse me. That is absolutely ridiculous that you can't get it. You can get it up here in Jersey where we're cool.
Right.
Well, I remember when they first came out with their freeze drinks, the icy slushies.
Now, those were good.
And they had the pineapple was one of their first flavors. They had pineapple and I think it was cherry or something, but that was when they first came out with them. I couldn't get the pineapple at one store, and I drove 14 miles to another one to try to get one, and I finally got it. It was well worth it. It was like drinking crack. It was the most sweet thing you could put in your mouth next to me. And so I was thinking, and this is where Beebs is able to come in hard. That's not.
I love it when Beebs comes.
It's the best. Like he came on tonight. Like he came all over us, and we're just sitting here, and people can't see it. That's probably why we're not on YouTube because we get kicked off real quick. Because Beebs came all over us, and here he is. We welcome his presence. But I was thinking, what is the number one food that makes you what they're talking about in Asia is that they love it, not because the Mexican pizza is amazing, but because it's cleaning them out. It's like a diuretic for them. And people are going nuts over it because they can go eat a Mexican pizza and shit their brains out for like a whole day. It does not have this adverse effect on me. Matter of fact, nothing at Taco Bell does. I mean, I do know a couple places that have food that just turned me into a fucking shit fountain. But I was going to ask you guys, I mean, what does it for you, Beebs? What turns you into the shitter, the mad shitter?
You mean like gives me diarrhea for 24 hours?
Or less. But like you eat this, you know you're going to the toilet. There's no stopping you.
I don't know about the rest of you, but
There's
I
only
have one.
fucking 3 of us here.
I have one thing I do every morning, and it makes me poop.
No,
You wanna know what that is?
God damn. I didn't ask about your regularity. I'm talking about something like Taco Bell.
I just said in the morning. I didn't say how many times I did it.
Oh my God.
There's one thing I do in the morning that I know after I'm finished, I will be pooping in like 30 minutes or less. Do you want to know what it is?
This segment already sucks. Go ahead.
This segment is shitty.
God, it stinks.
Anyway, I drink coffee.
You're such a fucking lame.
Well, that's true though.
Everybody
if you drink
drinks
coffee, you'll take a dump. If you drink,
no, that's
Keb's
not
nodding his
true.
head. Keb's nodding his head.
Well,
What?
everybody hey,
He knows what I'm talking about.
Well, yeah,
Okay.
I mean, but everybody drinks coffee.
Okay, so I'll give you alternative.
Give me a fast food joint you go to, you know you're going to be in the shitter.
I think
McDonald's.
the rules are a fast food joint, to reiterate, not
Yes.
what you do in the morning, not your routine, but
No,
not
do
your
you
morning
have
routine.
a fast food joint that your stomach does not agree with,
Okay, now
or
that's a great way of
specific
putting
food.
Well, what I had heard was Brandon.
it. What I heard was
Okay. No,
Beebs is like, hey, do you want to know my secret identity?
yeah. Anyway, so McDonald's does it for me.
That's
And
such
it's
a
not-
generic fucking answer.
But I don't eat lots of fast food. And that is the only fast food that I eat. I know I'm going to be diuretic
All right.
an hour
Let
later.
me paint a picture for you that
Like,
I think
on the
Jay's
wall.
going to love. Okay.
yeah.
So you go to motherfucking Arby's. Okay.
I
You
love
go to
Arby's.
motherfucking
I
Arby's.
agree.
And you get a goddamn beef and cheddar, but you don't stop there. You get out, you open the motherfucking beef and cheddar, and you put the horsey sauce on the motherfucking beef and cheddar. Right there. You smush it, and
Yes.
you eat about 4 of them bitches, and then
Yes.
race for the bathroom.
I would like to only add, I also add Arby's sauce with the horsey sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
So let me
shameless-
ask you this. Does Chinese buffet count as fast food?
It can.
ish. Yeah.
Well, then
Ish.
then that one also does it for me.
You'll be here for an hour. You go home. now.
You go home now.
You go home now. She always 7. She knows 7. She 12.
Hey, asshole.
Asshole.
Where's my $500?
My keyboard's still broke. What the fuck? Where is that fucking guy? Oh, so my last piece of this, or last drip or drop of this cup of Joe, actually, or cup of J, I should say, is in Omaha, Nebraska last month. Apparently, a homeowner had to almost tear down an entire side of their house from a bee infestation.
Mm-hmm.
Carpenter bees had gotten to their house, and they said there was over 11,000 bees living in this wall, and it was actually, you could sit in the house and hear the house buzzing.
You know what, Jay?
What?
That's unbelievable.
Fucking weirdo. Yes. Well deserved, too.
You guys know what you get when I come on here. I'm not even going to try to explain myself.
Could you even imagine sitting in a house and just hearing a fucking buzz and knowing it's a bunch of bees? I mean,
I might have burnt the place down myself.
They don't bother me. I mean, I don't like it when I see if I'm outside and I see a spider, I don't give a shit. That's your territory, bud. Do what you want to. I'm not fucking with you. But if you're a spider or a bug of any kind and you get in my house, I'm fucking you up. I mean, I am fucking you up. I am going to kill you. I'm going to make fun of you. I'm going to flush you in the toilet. No, I don't have a pump. I fucking
a pump shotgun?
You.
A pump salt shotgun?
I'm murdering you with my fucking hands.
Oh.
I want you to know you
want vengeance.
Up. I want them to know they fucked up. You're in my fucking house.
Yeah. How
That's
about
what
that?
It is. I mean, I don't like them. I don't want
But if they're in your wall, is that their habitat or your habitat?
Yeah, it's kind of in between. It's like the upside down from Stranger Things.
I'll ask you this question.
Okay.
If somebody's in your fucking front yard or your porch, is that your fucking yard or is that their fucking yard? You pay for that shit, right? You pay for that from the fucking property line inside.
So do you kill the bugs in your yard too with your hands?
If I can.
Oh.
I think this is why
I give them a little bit of space
AR-15.
Yes. Absolutely.
I mean, you guys haven't seen those salt shotguns?
I have.
It takes care of the problem.
I wouldn't know.
Well, you should use one. You'd love it, dude. Mm-hmm. Just go shoot everything. Go shoot everything. Yeah. Someone might call the cops on you, though.
That's fine. I don't mind. Oh, I saw some titties today. If anybody was wondering, they were some amazing tits. Because I've told everybody before, I love long titties, fat titties, titties, man titties.
What Jay's not telling you is that it's because I flashed him earlier.
No, that's not true. They weren't Beeb boobs. You know, these were real titties on a real woman, and these were some fat flapjack titties. I am talking like she put her hands on them, and like she couldn't contain these fucking things. They were like all over. And I'm like, why am I seeing this?
Was it like someone's mom or something like that?
Yeah, it was. It was 3 people's moms. I don't know what the kids' names are, but they were. She had 3 of them. Wow. I mean, you could see her tiger tracks on her stomach, her stretch marks and stuff, and that was cool. Looked kind of hot because she had some tattoos on it. But wow, these titties were massive. Like they had to be. I'm not good with like bra sizes, but I would say probably a 56 triple R.
Wow.
Is that big?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that big?
It sounds
thank you for your pontification.
Good word.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
You always got to go Catholic.
Bring your fucking, what was it, $5 or $10 words in here? What does your son say?
My son hates my 10. Dad, I hate your $10 words. What's your deal?
Yeah. Well, fuck off.
Essentially, that's what he's saying.
Yeah, no.
Could you please just use words we all understand? Yeah.
No. Anyway, hey, do we have
Keb knew what I said.
Hey, how's this tattoo fucking update coming, Kebs?
No tattoo yet, but we are going to Atlanta this weekend,
So before I get started, Keb, what's the score of the game so I don't have to stop?
It is currently 8-7 San Francisco, bottom 6.
Okay.
Ooh. How many outs?
2 outs.
Well,
Orlando Arcia up at the bat. And he struck out. So we're going to the top of the 7th.
All right. Well, we got a commercial break. I better hurry up. Anyway, so before I get on to, I have 2 segments actually, and they're both short. But y'all can add on to the second segment because I left room. Okay.
I like it.
So the first segment is, what did I learn? There's a couple things I learned in the last couple days since Friday. Okay. Right. But I learned them yesterday. I learned most of them yesterday. Okay. I learned apparently Jay doesn't have hair on his balls or his anus because they were all removed by 2 hot chicks. And I don't even know what you call it. What do they call it where you get your Brazilian?
It's a spa. It was called the Brazilianaires Club.
The Brazilianaires Club.
The Brazilianaires Club.
That's funny.
Anyway, so
thinking about my balls.
Well, I was just like, I was listening to your podcast, and I was like,
Can I tell you a funny story real quick?
No,
because you'll get it.
No, this is
super quick.
No.
Fuck
your
you.
stories aren't quick.
No, it is quick. So last Friday, I'm talking to Mike, our buddy Mike in Texas, right? I'm talking to Mike.
Yeah.
Anyway, I call him. He's asking. We're talking about some other stuff. I said, "Hey, did you listen to my podcast this week yet?" He goes, Matter of fact, I'm gonna listen on my way to work. That's when I do it. And I said, "Great, it's 30 minutes. Whatever, you'll be fine." He calls me back. Jay, you're never gonna guess what happened. I'm like, "What?" Amber and her mom and the kids got into the van. I was on my way to work, and I was right at the part where you just got your balls nice and shiny, and the thing cuts off. Spotify cut off. And I was like, "Really?" He goes, "That only happens when Amber gets in the car and her Spotify takes over. And she's sitting there with the kids and her mom in the car listening to you talk about your balls being waxed." Oh, okay. I'm sorry. That's it.
Oh, that was good.
I can only
dude, that's seriously good, man. All right. So I wanted to know what the sensation was like. I mean, you didn't really give
weird.
You didn't really give me a description on the show, and I just wanted to know how bad it hurt.
Okay, let me tell you this.
You don't have to give a full description of all the things that you felt. Just did it hurt?
So, yes and no.
Okay.
The boys, not really.
I always worry that someone's skin will come off.
No. No.
And that's like the worst place on earth to lose a little flap of skin. You know what I mean?
There was some irritation that I had, but the irritation, they put a little, I don't know if it's like the same talc powder they use on your head when you go to the barber or whatever, but anyway.
Isn't it Gold Bond or?
No, they soothed it. They blew on it and kissed it. But no, the balls didn't really hurt. The gooch didn't hurt at all, dude.
I know.
The taint,
I heard you say that.
the taint was like, what?
I'm worried that maybe, when they actually, got your butthole, that maybe it hurt a little bit.
No, not really. There was a little bit of, okay, so let me give you this description.
Wait, what?
I'm going to give you this description.
Okay.
Have you ever had a dingleberry? You're asking for this stuff. This is why I didn't go into it. Have you ever had a dingleberry?
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Have you ever had to pull that fucker out?
Oh my gosh, that had to hurt.
That's what it felt like.
The whole, like, more than one dingleberry, like the whole thing was a dingleberry?
Kind of.
Or just every time they did it was just like
every
one
time
dingleberry?
they did, like, rip. Like maybe a group of 3 or 4.
Kev's like, I can't believe we're talking about this.
Wow.
This is insane.
It's disgusting, which is why I didn't go into it. But
here's the funny thing.
The most
Beebs.
sensitive part was the pubes right above the cack.
That hurt?
That actually did.
Wow. Okay. Go ahead.
And Beebs, you're the fucking guy who asked the fucking question. If you don't want to know the fucking answer, don't ask the fucking question. So you can't ask the question and then be like, "Man, this is too much information." Man, go fuck yourself.
I've already gotten too much information. I listened to his podcast. So I got to know more now. I have to. I had all sorts of questions because I was like, okay, so he went into this. So he's the only person I know who's a man who's gone and done this. So I have questions, all right? For heaven's sakes. So here's my next one. This is the next thing I learned.
This is going to be better.
Okay. Also, Jay informed me that when hot wax touches your groin, you naturally become erect.
God dang, you're a weirdo.
So, Jay, my question was, you didn't give a great description
of my erection. What the fuck is wrong with you? Beebs, I think Beebs wants to fuck me.
Beebs, that's what happens when blood rushes into the penis.
No. I didn't want to, I wanted to know how long it hung around.
What, how long it is?
No, how long? Like, how long did it take for it to go down? You know what I mean? Like, were you embarrassed? Were you?
Okay, so let me tell you this real quick.
It certainly wasn't shy, apparently, but
I talked about it in the podcast.
You said that once they pulled on it.
Once they pulled on it,
it was over.
Like that. So it was weird. They put on the the hot wax like in that area, and yeah, the sensation was nice. And I don't know if it's bringing the sensation to the area, the pain, whatever. But yeah, old.
But it wasn't on like purpose. It just happened like naturally.
Well, I'm sorry, not since I was 16, 17 years old have I been able to just go, boner, and dick gets hard. No.
Well, I mean, like you weren't thinking of something that made it happen. It just naturally.
No, I mean, yeah, I wasn't.
I mean, you did have two women messing around with you.
Yeah, but they weren't like they weren't being sexy about it.
Of course, that's their job.
But yeah, it would stand up, and as soon as they would rip that fucking wax paper or whatever the fuck it is, yeah, an instant and
it's gone
down, and then they put the wax on, and I can't really whistle as long as it takes, but
man, maybe I should tell my wife about this.
Your wife is going to want you to do it. Mm-hmm. I can promise you this. Here's the one problem. So. Once you do this shit, not only are you going to like it.
Does it itch?
A little bit on the grow back.
Yeah. How long has it been now?
Jesus Christ.
I don't really know.
You guys didn't know I was bringing this tonight.
Like a month?
Oh, that's how. I mean, how long ago was your appointment? It's been a month?
Well, yeah.
Hang on, I gotta go get some Jack Daniels here.
Oh, Jesus.
Sorry. The last thing that I learned was not from Jay's podcast.
Thank God.
Guys, apparently every WrestleMania that's ever been in existence is right now on Peacock. Needless to say, I have had hours of full-fledged entertainment.
Hell yeah, go back and watch the early ones.
The early ones are the best ones.
Yeah. Hulk Hogan,
who was
the Giant.
Then? Kerry Von Erich? Were those boys in it?
No, this WrestleMania was it?
You look at Iron Sheik, Hulk Hogan, Andre the Giant, Ultimate Warrior, people like that.
Ultimate Warrior hasn't shown up yet, but I watched Hulk Hogan slam Andre the Giant.
Yeah,
hadn't seen that in real life. Like in hadn't seen that in live television before. So anyway, so that was
the longest tenured wrestler that is who lasted the longest. Was it Hulk Hogan or was it like the Undertaker?
Ric Flair. I think it's Ric Flair.
Yeah, Ric Flair.
Because the Undertaker, I think, just retired recently, and he was around for a long fucking time.
Yeah,
Ric Flair.
I mean, Ric Flair's damn near 70.
He's still there.
Yeah,
isn't he?
He's still wooing all over the place.
I don't think he's actually wrestling, but he's affiliated somehow.
Well, I read an article a week or two
daughter
ago that said he's about to do his last match.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
His daughter's hot.
So here's my real segment. Okay, and I only chose 3, but you guys can add if I don't have enough. But top stupid conspiracy theories amended, because me and Keb, we I think in the past, you and I, when we first started, we did a top 5 conspiracy theories.
Yes, you did.
But I have learned a few new ones, and I wanted to bring them to the fore.
Okay.
So, and you guys, after I retired from the podcast, you guys actually brought one to the fore for me. Okay.
Okay.
So, counting down from 3 to 1. Here's the first conspiracy theory. We are all retarded. NASA has kept millions of people silent to the fact that the moon landing was a hoax. Compasses don't work. The moon isn't real. Tides don't exist. There is no evidence that globe theory is real, and it's dangerous for kids. Indeed, I am talking about the flat Earth conspiracy. Dave, you can go.
Fuck yourself.
There it is. There it is.
Jay made a friend a couple of weeks ago, and
did?
And he's got and you've got 100 and so comments from your new friends on the YouTube.
Guess what? You know, I like to tell my friends, go fuck yourself.
My favorite comments from that whole thing was about globe theory and how it's dangerous for the children.
Yeah,
that was.
I haven't read one of them. That's how much I care about you.
You didn't even know it existed.
No, I didn't.
If you knew it existed, you'd have read every one of them because they are hilarious. Oh,
I was excited when we got like 8 comments. Like the second day it was out, we got like 8 comments. I'm like, cool, we got some comments, right? And then I looked the other day, it's like 150
Ding.
comments. You know,
most
most
how
of them calling us fucking idiots.
Motherfuckers are. Because there's all kinds of topics and bullshit they could talk about. I can promise you, we won't get any comments this week about dingleberries or my butt. But we get more comments.
But we should.
We'll get comments about flat Earth
or the Brazilianaires Club, which is, god damn it, that's going to be the fucking title of this episode.
You know what? I also would like to say this. If you out there want to send me pictures of your butthole, I will rate your butthole on a scale of 1 to 10, and if you send me a picture of said butthole, I will pay for half of your Brazilian, and make sure you send them to Reds of the West.
Oh, jeez.
The Beebs at UNF Pod. Wait, I'm gonna get a text from. I'm gonna get a phone call.
This is the one time I'm gonna.
From Beebs.
This is the one time I'm gonna.
I've got 500 fucking butthole pics in my fucking inbox.
and you know what I'm going to say? I'm going to say, Jay, you are such an asshole.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So conspiracy number 2 that has come to the fore since we've last done this. Birds are not real. Indeed.
These fucking guys.
Indeed, they are instead flying robots that the government created to spy on everyone at all times. What happened to the real birds, you ask? They were murdered long ago and since have been eaten for their nutritional value.
I thought that they were murdered during the quarantine of the pandemic.
I don't know. Whatever.
That's
I made the last
genocide of the birds.
But the funny part about this is people, like the people who created the conspiracy, they did it just to see if they could do it.
Yeah.
Like, have you heard this story?
No, I watched the guy on YouTube, the main dude, and that dude's my boy because he's funny as shit. You know, he was on the news and they're like, of course this isn't real. And he's like straight faced, be like, you just offended me. You know, I mean, just to play in the part to a T. It's fucking great.
Right.
You know,
right.
and he was a conspiracy theorist that actually let the person that was interviewing him talk.
Oh, who would have thought that could happen?
I watch this one bitch on fucking TikTok. She comes on there all the time, and I don't know if it's because she's hot, because she is, but this just goes on and on and on. And you remember her latest one, and I'm sorry, Beebs, but it goes along with what you're talking about. She said, you remember Hillary Clinton's speech about how she was talking about breaking the glass ceiling? She may not win the presidency, but she's breaking the glass ceiling and all this stuff, and she wants...
Sure.
She's saying that this dumb bitch on TikTok, this flat earther, is saying that what Hillary was really talking about was breaking the barrier above us.
The firmament?
The firmament was going to, she was bust. That's the glass ceiling that she was referring to.
Oh.
And
there's
all these holes being punched in there and water's starting to come through. And we're all
is that how the rain happens? Is that how the rain happens?
Yes.
Okay.
Crazy bitch.
Anyway, but the birds aren't real. The guy who created the birds aren't real stuff, that's freaking hilarious. Like, on a weekend, they just decide, hey, do you think people would believe this if we made this up? I don't know. Let's try it. So they made it up. And on Twitter, there are thousands upon thousands of people that believe this is true.
Oh, yeah.
So. Now, I don't believe that all birds are fucking fake, but I will say this. There are drones that are birds, hummingbirds, and little insects.
I think I've seen these. I don't know, maybe. Anyway, so the number one has and always will be the 5G towers causing COVID.
That is by far my favorite one.
I know that we've done it before, but I can't get over it. It is the best conspiracy I've ever heard. That's right. A mysterious disease reared its ugly head until, you guessed it, the 5G towers went fully operational. And apparently 5G is so contagious, everyone has it. Wait, I meant COVID.
Mm-hmm. These fucking people.
Are there any conspiracy theories out there that either of you actually do buy into, like the JFK, the moon landing? Are there any of them out there that you actually are like, you know what, this I can give a little thought, a little run to?
Here's okay. So I don't know if you guys have heard, but I'm into history,
Yes.
and I am into the JFK conspiracy theory, and you will not be able to change my mind that it was not Lee Harvey Oswald. Was he in it? Was he a participant? Absolutely, because multiple shots came from that Texas book depository. Was he the only one? Absolutely not. And here's why.
Oh gosh.
Joe Kennedy was majorly involved with the mafia, the Italian mafia.
Boy.
Okay.
Guess I didn't know this.
He made his money bootlegging during Prohibition. Look it up. That's how he made his money. Anyhow, he went to a guy named Sam Giancana when JFK was running for president. He went to a guy named Sam Giancana, goes by Momo Giancana, in Chicago because they needed Illinois to win. He said, well, if you deliver me Illinois, it's a good thing to have, a favor from the president. They deliver Illinois. JFK becomes president. They go on. What's the first thing that JFK does? He appoints his brother Bobby as attorney general. And who does Bobby start going after? Organized crime.
Yeah.
They didn't like that. They had him offed. No one will be able to change my mind.
And then
it's based in fact. And it's based in fact.
And they probably offed Bobby Kennedy too, but anyway. Or maybe it was Sirhan. I don't know about that.
Well, even with JFK, the guy with Lee Harvey Oswald, he's saying he's a patsy. He's telling everybody he's a patsy, and then a guy named Jack Ruby, who had known mob ties, kills Lee Harvey Oswald in broad daylight.
Sure. So the one that I kind of buy into as far as conspiracy theory, I'm not really sure that it's a conspiracy theory anymore because they know too much about it. But have you guys listened to a podcast called the MLK tapes?
Negative.
No.
It's about the murder of Martin Luther King, and it it sheds a lot of light on James Earl Ray. Was he involved? Not really sure that he had anything to do with it. So there's a lot of evidence that I know that there was a lot of evidence that showed he was, but at the same time, I don't know. After listening to that podcast and all the interviews, they've got tapes of all the interviews of everybody involved. It's hard to believe that he was even involved at all. So, but that's one of the conspiracies I buy into.
What about you, Jay? You buy into anything?
I buy into pretty much none of them. I will say that I can lend a little cred to. There's no way, in my opinion, and it's not a completely educated opinion, but I agree with you that there's no way that it was a one-person JFK kill thing.
Yeah.
Beebs, are you smelling your fingers? That was weird.
No.
Another thing is, one of the things that I believe in a little bit is is DIA, the Denver International Airport's weird Illuminati type. If the Illuminati's real, but their kind of weird connection to some pretty creepy shit, like Nazis.
The airport.
Yeah, the airport. Have you ever? So if you buy your computer, Beebs, which I know you are.
So are you?
Yeah, but I'm not going to type on my computer. I'm recording on it because I don't want to. I already know about this. I'm telling you about it.
Oh, so I got to go do my own research.
So
watch a YouTube video.
No. If
you can go find out for yourself.
Large rabbit hole.
Okay.
It's some people say that it's the Illuminati's group headquarters at Denver International Airport, and there are they say that there's a bunch of secret tunnels, which there are under the airport. There's tunnels that lead from Pena Boulevard, which is 8 miles away, all the way to the airport. And
sure.
they did it for numerous reasons. apparently the government, because they were involved with it. If you look above the airport, it's laid out like a swastika. In the airport, they actually have artwork of Nazis and wearing gas masks and kids walking into burning buildings. Not a joke. It's in the artwork. The horses that are outside on the streets lining into the Denver International Airport on the road that when you're driving in, their eyes are all lit red. There's
You mean the actual horses?
Yeah. No, they're statues, goofball.
Oh, sorry.
But anyway, if you get a chance, look up the artwork and the conspiracy theories of.
If you get a chance, do your own research.
They say that there's some lizard layers down there. These lizard people. Lizard people. I actually really want to meet a lizard person.
Is this like the alligators and the sewers type of conspiracy?
Well, I don't know, dude. But DIA is weird shit. Oh, I apologize. None of my friends listen to this. But I played golf last week with an NFL exec. Not a joke. After this podcast is over and we're no longer recording, I need both you guys to remind me. I'll tell you something that's going to happen in the NFL that's going to totally blow your fucking minds.
I can't believe you're saying this during our recording. Everybody's going to be upset at you.
I don't give a fuck.
All right. Obviously.
I just don't want you guys to forget.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, so yeah, that's my segment.
I liked it, Beebs.
Hey, I do my best. I'm sorry I asked you so many awkward questions and that the Keb had to sit through it.
He liked it.
Maybe.
He did.
Keb, what's the score?
It's we got 9-7.
Ninth inning.
But no, 9-7. Bottom of the seventh. Runners in the corners. Matt Olson at the plate.
Excuse me.
And Matt Olson just hit into the fucking shift. Anyhow, so it's 9-7 going to the top of the eighth. Anyhow, so this week we have a mystery guest.
Oh boy.
Okay, now let me preface this by a couple of and I say this again on the recording, but I put out on Twitter every now and again that somebody's had some good stories, and this story was almost too good to believe, too good to be true. However, some may construe that it's a tad graphic. Okay, so Beebs, I had it loaded on here before I knew you were coming on. You know,
okay.
So, but under the guise that you're a big boy, and to tell you the truth, you probably know more about this subject than any of us. Maybe, you know.
Okay.
I don't know. Jay seems, after I listened to the Two Penny on Friday, that he can get kind of twisted. You know, but this is a mystery guest who
is it just a recorded interview, or am I going to be seeing something?
No, you're not going to be seeing anybody.
Okay.
You know, but I'm going to keep the mics on for your reaction because it was almost too good. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and play. This is the mystery guest of the week. Here we go. And that sound means it's time for the mystery guest this week. And we got a good one for you this week. Our mystery guest has a podcast that's an open forum to discuss all things related to pleasure. All are welcome on her podcast, regardless of gender identity, lifestyle, fetishes. They only discuss things that are legal, of course. You know, unlike us guys. Curiosities, fantasies, questions, or experiences. It contains a collection of episodes by their comical and entertaining subject matter experts, as well as hot topics that are sure to dig up some buried pleasures. I would like to welcome, as the mystery guest this week, Pollyanna Amazing. Did I say that correct?
You did. Thanks, Keb. You sure did.
All right. Now, I put out a couple of weeks ago a tweet that said if you have, stories or whatever that borderline on the ridiculous, and you win,
Yay.
So I would like to invite you to tell an amazing and a story to our unfiltered listeners, and let's just go with it.
All right, let's go with it. So, Keb, I am in the medical profession, was an ER nurse for a long time, so I have some great stories that start with one night. And this is a cautionary tale for all you fellas out there, or ladies who's listening. When you come into the ER, we will always talk about you. So this story has been talked about many times, and I share it with people because the person that happened to allowed me to. So I am brought to the triage area. Everybody that works in the medical field, you'll know that the triage area is where you bring people in and you say, you're ready to go to the lobby, you're ready to come back. This particular female that I was in doing this exam on has a towel in her lap full of blood. She has blood down her pants legs, and she has this very nervous man standing behind her. As we're pushing her down the hallway to get her to a room, she continues to tell me all why she was there. And why she was there is because on her anniversary every year, she and her ex-husband have some physical relations going on. They have some really, fun, sexy nights, even though they're not married any longer and they're both married to other people. We get her in the bed. Yes, her ex-husband is who she was in the ER with. Yeah, absolutely. We get her into the bed, and I'm noticing like she is bleeding profusely from her vagina. And as we get her in this bed and we're padding this bed up because we know we got a mess going on, I'm asking her exactly, what happened to you, ma'am? What brought you to this? And as she's laughing, she tells me the story of this amazing romance that she's had with this man for many years. And this night got a little bit rougher than normal. And they love fisting. And for those out there that don't know what fisting is, you should. It seems like a very rough and tumble kind of way to give each other pleasure. But you know what? So be it. People like different things. And yeah, that's what we like around here.
No, they don't.
Different things. Yeah. So in the midst of this, I'm really trying to control this bleeding. I'm trying to clean her off. And the story comes out. And by the way, side note.
It's paused.
My favorite line so far is, so in the midst of this.
Okay, dude, I'm telling you, you haven't heard anything yet. You haven't heard anything yet. All right.
You're trying to kill me. Fuck.
Here we go. Uh-oh.
Well, you restarted.
And that sound means it's time
for many years. And exam on has a towel in her lap full of blood. Love fisting. He loves to fist me. He loves to put his hand as far up into my vagina as he possibly can get that bad boy. And we were doing it, and we were doing it hard, and it was great. And I, in my horrified face, and thinking, okay, honey, whatever you got to do to get you to where you need to be, because I'm all about pleasure in this lifetime, and your pleasure is important to you, and that's what we're here to fix what this mess is. So were you using appliances, just the hand, anything else going on up in there? Nope, because, it's important to find out. If you're going to do a vaginal exam, is there other things in there? Because Lord have mercy, there have been many things I have found in ladies' vaginas over the years. It's a very nice purse pocket, whatever you want to call it. She then, yeah, I know. Let me tell you. So she ripped the lining of her vagina from her ex-husband, fisting her so hard, but she wanted to have that orgasm, so she couldn't have it without that pressure, she said. And as she's laughing, she's shooting blood clots out of her vagina towards me. And as I'm looking over the leg, Mario's shooting fireballs out of his hand. And so she will forever be known to me as the Mario Fireball badge lady. So. And as all this is going on, the ex-husband is at the head of the bed saying, I think I'm going to pass out. I don't feel so good. I don't know about all this. This is a lot of blood. This is a lot of stuff. And, of course, we have to tend to him as well because, he's going to hit the floor, and then we'll have two patients to deal with. So as we are completely, baffled at just exactly what kind of jackhammering this lady has taken from this gentleman. He's not a big dude either. He was just a little tiny guy. He wasn't big at all. So, it's not uncommon to find vaginal injuries based on, rough sex. But this one was rougher than I had ever heard in the time that I had been in the ER currently.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. So if you laugh when you're bleeding out your vagina and it's clotting at the same time, you will shoot out Mario fireballs.
PSA for everybody out there that does that.
Be safe, people. Be safe. And another PSA for that, if you use vibrators or any other appliances in your orifices, all of them should come with like that Wii strap, like for the kids out there that don't know what the Wii is because we're older. Sure. You remember people were throwing the remotes into TVs and such, and they were breaking them and getting mad. There's a reverse suction that can happen, and you can lose those appliances in your rectum, in your vagina. So be safe. Just be safe.
Wow, I wasn't expecting all that.
Sorry, I'm an educator. I have to do it.
Couple of questions.
Questions.
That type of profession.
Couple questions.
Yeah.
What is the strangest thing that you found
inside somebody's vagina?
Like item or elsewhere?
Okay. You hear the stories all over the internet about gerbils and mice and things in guys' rectums or ladies' rectums, what have you. Definitely, I can give you a list. How about that? Toy cars, salt and pepper shakers, food utensils.
I'm sorry. Did you? I thought you said salt and pepper shaker.
I did salt and or pepper shaker.
That bitch is from the South.
I just don't.
I didn't count the holes on the top to see which one was which. I'm just saying. Wow. Chopsticks, vibrators of all sorts and kind. The one that was the most traumatic, though, a girl was using a can of mousse, like hair mousse, and she was using that on herself to pleasure herself, and the lid got inadvertently suctioned in there. And you can't, once something gets suctioned into the vagina, just like anywhere else, it's hard to pull it out. And those are dangerous times, my friends. Dangerous times. You really have to work at getting something with that reverse suction to be removed. It's a lot of work. And when we finally got it out, she named it, I think she named it Bo, or maybe, Bo. She named it Bo. That was her bow for the day.
She named it. Wow.
But yeah, people do a lot of things for the sake of pleasure. So gotta give them credit.
The lady with the ex-husband.
Yeah.
Was she remarried?
Yeah.
And
she had to go to surgery.
Where was her current husband?
The hospital that I worked at was really close to a hotel, so we got all kinds of wonderful and amazing guests from that place.
Wow.
Being a nurse is not for the faint of heart. Not at all. You have to roll with the punches. Uh-huh.
And to the future Keb's mystery guest, you have a tough time topping that one. You guys have a tough time topping that one. That was awesome. Tell me a little bit about Buried Pleasures.
Buried Pleasures is my brainchild. It's my need to teach other people, again, safety and sex and love and all those things adventurous when it comes to pleasure. Now, pleasure doesn't always mean sex, but for some people it does. So that's the realm that I live in. And my education is for that. That's what I set that up for. So that a lot of my talks and a lot of things that I do are focused for gentlemen, younger guys, that sort of thing, so that you can get a little bit of a better feel of what's actually factual and what's actually like internet facts.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wait, I think one of these days we're going to have to get you on for a Q&A with the other guys, because they would eat that up alive. One of them's Catholic, so that's right up his alley. You know, and right now, as he's listening to this, he's probably giving me a middle finger over this or something like this. I do give them a lot of grief. But yeah, I think they'd love to have you on as a Q&A. But everybody go listen to Buried Pleasures. I'm gathering they can get it wherever podcasts are found.
Yep,
Do you have a preferred place?
No, I mean, like, just go buriedpleasures.com/podcast has them all. But you can go to YouTube. I have a YouTube channel. You can go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, whatever you want to listen to it on. Just listen to it. And by the way, if you don't like it, find another episode. But don't tell me about it because I don't need that negativity. I'm a Pollyanna.
Yeah. I mean, what we tell people is if you don't like it, you are much obliged to change the fucking channel. And,
Exactly.
We have a little hashtag I'm sure you can see behind me what it means. And, that's just kind of the way we roll. But I thank you very much for coming on.
Absolutely.
I reserve the right to contact you again, get you on the whole
Please
thing
do.
for a big
I reserve the
Q&A. I
right.
think everybody get a big kick out of that.
Sounds good.
Again, it's Buried Pleasures. It's buriedpleasures.com. It's Pollyanna Amazing. Did I say that right?
Yep, you sure did.
All right, man. I'm good tonight. Pollyanna Amazing. And thank you very much for joining us.
You're welcome, Kev. Have a good night.
You too. Hey, Beebs, real quick, I would like your commentary on the subject of fisting.
You know what's fucked up is before he did this interview, he says, "Well, I think Beebs will know more about this than anybody else."
Well,
Like,
I was
what?
saying because correct me if I'm wrong. Now, a couple of weeks ago, I called Mr. Beebs on the telephone because that's what you call him, and I asked him if his wife had any cool stories. Did I not? Had any cool stories? This is what I was alluding to.
Okay, so that would make sense.
I actually, I used to, because my wife worked in the ER in the tiny little town that we lived in, and I was 911 dispatch. I was actually the ones sending her the crazy stuff.
Wow.
And she would get called into work, and that
Hey,
stuff would be
babe.
removed.
There's somebody
would
on
have to
their
be
way
removed.
down
Yeah.
with a champagne
Dude,
bottle.
night
in their ass.
shifts. I'm telling you right now, night shift on a weekend in a small town and 911 dispatch. You think that's a bad story, dude? You have, it's a
Beebs
bad.
is
That was
like-
a terrible story.
Beebs is like, honey, I'm sending you down. There's somebody that has a fucking pepper shaker in her yayu. And, a fucking pepper
but
shaker.
I would tell you, I wish that I hadn't heard stories like that before. But guys, that for me, because of the industry, the medical industry, my wife is in, and also I was a 911 dispatcher. That was actually run of the mill, unfortunately. So I wasn't as what's the word, surprised
Traumatized?
as you probably thought I was.
Traumatized?
No. Now when she started saying she was like Mario shooting fire out of her vagina, now that was new. That was something I've never heard, and that was
Well, I think the part that we missed when we paused it was that the person on their leg had a tattoo of Mario.
oh okay.
Yeah, they had a
That's cool.
tattoo of Mario on the inside of their leg, so it looked like Mario was shooting fire.
Now
Whatever.
I did write a couple things down
Okay.
as she was talking, because I don't know why I thought these things were funny, but anytime you're dealing with an ER nurse and she says it all started in the triage area, this is going to be one hell of a story.
It was a dark and stormy night.
So I wrote down that quote, the triage area, because my wife says that a lot, and then something good's about to be happening. So and then she mentioned about the cap getting the suction. She's like, let me just tell you, ladies, when this happens, these are dangerous times. So I wrote down the term dangerous times, but then I wrote down the word wow.
Yeah.
I never
because
heard
you
Kev
said it.
say that so much.
You said wow about 25 times. And I was like, boy, the Keb's enjoying this a little more than I thought.
Yeah, it just never occurred to
You
me
know what
to
sucks? Because
use a
both of you
salt
gu-
and pepper shaker.
I mean, yeah, I get that. But both you guys are married men, love your wives, all this bullshit. I can't
Can I stop you right there for a second? Can I stop you
Yeah.
there for a second? Being married to a wife that I love is not bullshit. All right,
Yeah,
sorry.
and
Just had to
mine's
say
soon to
that.
be world famous, and my anniversary is the day this comes out, not like when we record, like Wednesday, the day this comes out.
both of you can go fuck yourselves because I wasn't. All I said was this.
I
all
know.
that
I was just
bullshit.
giving you grief.
So
I was giving
when
you
it comes
grief.
down to it, I'm the only fucking single guy in all of this. But what I'm saying is, like, I want to talk about fisting, and I want to like ask you guys things and talk about it and chop it up like we're dudes, but I can't because the
So
problem
under that
is,
rationale, because we're married means we're unexperienced.
nope, it just means you're probably not going to talk about fisting your fucking wife with me on the fucking podcast.
You'd
That's
be
10-4.
correct. Yeah.
Now,
So
now,
both you guys
Kev
just
had.
shut up.
Well,
Now,
just
Kev has
because-
told me.
Now, just because I don't want my wife to invoke Keb's corporal punishment on me.
I don't want her forcing it on me either, so I'm not talking about your wives.
Right.
I will have a remark about fisting. It sounds painful.
It doesn't sound good. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, it just, for the fisty or the fister.
I'm gonna get somebody on my podcast this week that can talk about this.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I
Preview.
look forward to that. I look forward to that. Like, dude, I'm telling you, you're on a roll right now with your episodes on that podcast.
Yeah. I mean,
The Brazilian Club.
Yeah, the Brazilianaires Club.
The Brazilianaires Club. Yeah.
Dude,
Mine's gonna
we
be an
gotta
educational podcast soon.
It already is.
you're
I've learned
gonna
all sorts of things.
You're going to be, you know what's hilarious? You brought that up. Do you know one of the...
Yes, the Stupid History Minute's like number one. Guess what? I don't give two fucks about good pods. Good pods can suck my butthole. And I'll
Hopefully they're
say that
listening,
loud.
huh?
I don't care. Because the truth is, I'm like number 78. Or some bullshit. I drop like 10 or 12 fucking places every week. So go fuck them. I'm no longer rating anybody on there. Fuck the goddamn cartel. I don't give a shit. Everybody can suck my balls. I'm not doing it anymore.
Dude,
You know what?
you sound
Heather
bitter.
Heather Land or whatever, the comedian. She says,
Yeah.
"I ain't doing
I
it.
ain't doing
That's
it.
that's the way I'm gonna be. I ain't doing it.
Dude, you sound bitter and
Seriously.
petulant. Yeah.
I'm only bitter because that is this the Good Pods rating is almost
Here
it's
we
like
go.
it's almost as good as fucking Joe Biden telling me 31 flavors at Baskin Robbins.
Hey, he fell off a bike this week.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
see
he
that.
did.
Yeah, Donald Trump hit a golf ball and it pegged him in the head.
Yeah, that was pretty good. That's really funny.
My favorite one was the Uncle Rico throwing the steak and hitting
Oh,
somebody. and it hit
I haven't
and he
seen that
fell
one.
over.
I'm gonna have to look that up now that you said it. So
Yeah,
good.
that was my favorite one. If you get
Hey.
on the TikTok, there's like 50 reincarnations of it.
Do we have a stupid tweet of the week,
Do we?
or do we have
Yes.
27 of them?
We don't have 27, but we have more than one. The first one, I just kind of put this in because Beebs was joining us today. This is by Macaulay Culkin, actually. And he said that if you read the Bible in reverse, it's about the world's population killing each other until there's only 2 people left, and then the woman pukes an apple, and they both get naked. So I just put that one in there for Beebs.
thanks, buddy.
Yeah. Let's see what we got here.
Odd, but okay.
Okay. So this person tweets, I just thought it was just kind of humorous. What my girlfriend thought on the first 4 dates. 1, nice shirt. 2, wow, a second nice shirt. 3, okay, first shirt again. 4, he has 2 shirts.
He likes those. He knows he looks good in them.
Okay. This guy's wife says, "Can you do something for me?" And he says, "Sure." His wife says, "Can you do it without complaining?" He says, "I'll get someone else." This guy's 4-year-old asked him, "What happens when you die?" He says, "You go to heaven." He says, "No, I mean when you die. Do I get your stuff?"
That's a pretty good one right there. So far, that's the winner. We have a leader in the clubhouse.
Okay, so there's 4 people talking in this tweet here. This is by Mischievous Mike. There's 4 people talking, and the 4 people talking are alcohol, your brain, your body, and the pavement. And alcohol says, "You know kung fu and you're not afraid to use it." The brain says, "This makes perfect sense right now." The body says, "We're on board." The pavement says, "Come at me, bro."
That's funny. That's not even stupid.
You know,
I like
this
that one.
person says, a waiter says, "How do you like your steak cooked?"
A
He
wiener.
says,
a waiter.
a waiter, server, sorry. And there's a couple people that are going to listen to this podcast and be like, Keb said waiter, you know, because I fucking hate it when people say waiter. It's a server.
It'll be me.
Right. Other than you know, for the 4 people that listen to this.
I thought you said wiener anyway. So
okay, cool. Anyhow, the server says, "How do you like your steak cooked?" Person says, "Like winning an argument with my girlfriend." Server says, "Rare it is."
Yep.
This one was put on by a guy named Elvish Presley. And his first day as a pilot, the control tower says, "What are your coordinates?" He says, "I'm by a cloud that looks like a lion." Control tower says, "Can you be more specific?" He says, "Simba." This guy, Pakalu, says, "My parents still haven't apologized for making me ugly."
What is his name?
Pickaloo.
It's spelled Pakalu.
Pakalu.
Pakalu. Pakalu.
My parents still haven't apologized for making me ugly.
Making me ugly. This guy, Alex, says, "Are you single?" He says, "No, I'm in a committed, endless discussion about where to have dinner." I find that
true.
funny.
That's
the last one. So what do we think?
I like the one with the kid says, "When you die, do I get your stuff?"
Okay.
You know what? Because Beebs' special return, I say that could be it.
Okay. Here was an honorable mention before I read the stupid tweet of the week. A guy named James Tang says, "My mom said we should speak Thai in public so we don't get targeted for speaking Mandarin, and I think it's so sweet that she's nice enough to believe that these stupid fucking racists can differentiate between Asian languages."
That's true.
Yeah.
I just thought that was
Guilty.
that was kind of funny, you know.
God.
But
I love some good Asian food.
I just had some. You guys ever eaten like real Korean barbecue?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. That's for real.
So
We went to a place where a robot brought our food to the table.
Wow.
So the stupid tweet of the
crazy.
week brought to you by the Stupid History Minute. 125 episodes now streaming wherever you download podcasts. Is 4-year-old. What happens when you die? Me. You go to heaven. 4-year-old. No, I mean when you die. Do I get your stuff? Stupid History.
How many
Stupid tweet of the week.
episodes are there now? Of this?
There's 125 as of today. As of the release of this, there will be 126. We're in our fast food series right now, to be followed by the history of every fucking baseball park, and after that, you might hear somebody that you know on a 6-part miniseries.
Oh God.
Yeah,
I hope it's not fucking Flat Earth Dave.
it's not Flat Earth Day. I don't think we're in. I don't think we're
ready for that kind of show.
Thanks to somebody on here, I don't think we're in Flat Earth Day's good graces anymore. You know, I keep.
Whatever do you mean?
Whatever do you mean? That's right. I'm still waiting for my mug. I need to go buy one.
Hey, the merch store is open at unfpod.com. Everybody, the merch store is open. We have a brand new logo T-shirt up there, and we also have I'm gonna put this out there. I got a bunch of unfiltered stickers to give away. So if you want 3 to 5 unfiltered stickers, and you can put them somewhere
And take pictures.
Take pictures.
Well,
and send
if
them
they're
to us.
sticky enough, you can put them in certain spots and pull, and all the hair will come out. Right, Jay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you can put them up your crevices, and that wouldn't be the weirdest thing that we've heard tonight.
You know when you're on UNF Pod where it says our story?
Yeah, you're not on there.
No,
We need to
I
update the
realize
story.
that. No.
We
All
need
I
to
want
update it.
at the very end of it, before it says whatever, blah, blah, blah. I just want to say, and one day St. Joe made fun of the little podcast, and now that fucker's ruining ours.
Oh, dude, that's classic. I vote yes.
It is unfiltered tradition that if one of the hosts is not on, we typically give him shit the entire time.
We didn't actually do that this time, but
not really.
Well,
but he's not part of the Brazilianaires Club.
No, he's not.
well, thanks for being part of my educational moment, Jay Jones.
Hey,
I appreciate it very much. And for those of you who thought I was actually angry at him earlier, I wasn't.
what were you angry about?
When I said bullshit.
Huh? You
Yeah.
What
cursed?
are you talking about?
Yeah, I did.
Did you curse?
Uh-huh.
That's
You'll fix on rewind right there.
our studio audience goes wild.
Mhm. Also, he's wearing a really cool hat too,
I am.
which you're not able to see. So
No.
Jay's hat's cool, but Keb's is not.
2021
Kebs
World Series champion Atlanta Braves.
I
Don't
shouldn't
bring
have
it here.
given you the opportunity.
Yeah.
I gave you the opportunity earlier, and you waited until now
That's
to do
all right.
that.
Somebody told me that I needed new material.
So, by the way, nice one. By the way, the material was all learned. I mean, it was all new tonight. Like, it was a learning experience for me this evening. I mean, I learned all sorts of new things.
Oh wait, hold on.
Well,
I got a joke.
Oh boy.
okay.
How do you get a nun pregnant? You fucker.
Oh man.
No, I'm just
Oh.
kidding. St. Joe, I actually like that joke.
The first time I heard him tell that joke, I died of laughter.
Actually, the first time I heard him tell it, and I think it was probably on the podcast, I might have swerved and ran over a couple kids. I'm sorry.
I think weren't we together when he told us?
Yeah, me and you, like we're getting ready to
and-
go out on
and
a.
he was in his car, and he like gave us the punchline,
Pulled
rolled
off.
up the window, and took off. That was the funny part about
You guys
it.
told me about this in the pod. You guys talked about the story in the podcast.
He's like, I gotta go. See ya. Boom.
Yeah,
Gone.
he's like I'm out of here.
Yeah.
It was funny, man.
And me and Kev are like, I guess we got to go work now. Just happened to us. I mean, it was just happened to us. Yeah. So.
You know what people don't realize is St. Joe is in his big voice and everything. That guy, I think is kind of a teddy bear vagina.
Wow.
I see some of the things that he writes. Like I think he's got a big heart. I think
He
he's
does
a
have a big heart.
softie. I think he's a little softy. I think he
Oh,
loves.
yeah.
He's a
He
lover.
does.
I mean,
Yeah.
he may be 7 foot tall and thump the fuck out of you, but he's a little lover.
Are you saying he's into fisting? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, could you imagine getting fisted by St. Joe? Oh my God. There's probably a few listeners out there that are like, hell yeah, I can imagine that. Please.
One
And
in-
you are probably
One in particular.
and you probably have a Mario tattoo on your leg.
I guarantee you we get a comment from her about that tomorrow. I guarantee
Hey, I didn't
you.
say her. I'm sure there's
Yeah,
more than
that's
just
who
her
you
out there.
fucking met, though.
No, it's not. No, I was meant Flat Earth Dave. You know he likes a good fisting. Oh, fucking cuck.
He's more of a giver, apparently.
Yeah, right. Selfish
Anyhow,
bastard.
if you would like a sticker, Send us your information at Beebs UNF Pod.
Oh no, I'm
Twitter.
retired. You guys can't give me your information. You got to take it all yourself. I'm done.
You sound fucking retired.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not retired. We just put you in the bullpen.
I do appreciate you guys letting me come laugh with you. By the way,
Oh yeah.
I need a moment every now and again of extreme laughter. So I appreciate you, Jay. Thanks for telling us about your bare anus. That was nice.
Hey, thanks,
Jay.
for
What you got going on the two penny?
So, well, we're going to talk about fisting for sure. Because if you ask our brother St. Joe, I can't talk about anything that hasn't been talked about on this podcast already. So I will definitely talk about fisting.
By the way, there was a nice tweet in the messages there, or was it the messages in the tweets? I don't know. Anyway, in the cartel, there was a nice message of. Did you see it?
No.
About the whales.
Oh yeah,
No.
yeah.
I thought it was pretty good. It's pretty good.
I'll talk about whale dicks for sure. I mentioned,
dude, that was like my favorite episode. I don't know what his problem was, but that was like my favorite freaking episode.
I don't know. Who cares?
I want to go back and listen to it now because I laughed.
My thing, no, this week we're definitely talking about that. We're also going to talk a little bit about the live PGA craziness that's going on and the hypocrisy of it all, about the PGA being, they have 23 of their top 30 sponsors are also have business ties with Saudi Arabia and the Saudi government. And
that sounds like a fun discussion to me.
Kind of hypocrisy that Jay Monahan, who makes $5.3 million a year being the commissioner of the PGA Tour. And on top of that, the player reps, there's two of them, the player personnel reps. One of them is Jordan Spieth. The other, I believe, is, I can't even remember. But anyway, they make like $1.4 million each a year just being on that board. But it's pretty crazy, the kind of stuff that's going on and all the hypocrisy of it all. That's what we're going to talk about on the 2 penny this week. So probably not the normal. I'm sure there'll be some normal fuckery, but not. We're going to talk about a few things that I think are pretty ridiculous.
Yeah,
gotcha.
Well, speaking of ridiculous, we're going to play Warzone after this.
Yeah.
Hell yeah!
Each and every Friday, a new episode of the 2 Penny Podcast comes on, and I'm your host, Jay Jones. And you know what? I've yet to have just the Keb on as a guest solo, which I really want to do because I would like to interview the Keb outside of the Unfiltered Podcast.
You want to hear about Kevin Pound?
Yes.
Not the Keb. You want to know Kevin Pound?
Yes, I do. And
Appreciate you giving away my secret identity, dickhead.
Yeah, you fucking cuck. Anyway, I'm just kidding.
Sorry. I'm sorry, Kevin. I didn't know that was a thing.
In addition to that, each and every Wednesday, you can catch a new episode of the Unfiltered Podcast. And if you want to look at all the episodes, you can go to UNF Pod. You can find all of them right there. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Cast, Talking Balls, Suck My Dick, Lick My Butthole, and Gaze Into My Vaginas. You can find us there each and every week. And if you get an unfiltered tattoo on your butthole, I will pay for it.
On that note, for Jay, for the Beebs, my name is the Keb. We will catch you guys next week.
I'll catch you on the flippity flop.
You better fucking say it.